Okay, now we're going to move to Monday Night Football. It's the 49ers you probably can't see me, but I'm using the air quotes at the Cardinals. It's actually in Mexico at Estadio Azteca, and San Francisco is a minus 8.5 point favorite with the over under at 42.5. For anybody who listens to the Best Bets podcast, you might already know kind of where Brandon is leading, but Brandon, could you please remind us, how do you see this game playing out?
Yeah, I like the Cardinals here. I especially like that we're still getting the 8.5. I want to grab the 8.5 while it's out there because I do think this line moves before kickoff. We're waiting on a lot of injury news still, and this could go badly. We don't know if Kyler Murray is set to go. We don't know if DeAndre Hopkins is going to play. We don't know if Marquise Brown is going to play. We have a couple offensive linemen and a couple guys on defense that are up for grabs. I'm kind of hoping that we get at least a few of them. Kyler Murray, we'll see if he plays. It does look like Colt McCoy at least is good to go. So if it's not Kyler, we at least do get Colt McCoy. No Trace McSorley, please and thank you. But I'm just playing a number here. Jimmy Garoppolo has only been more than a touchdown favorite 8 times in his career. He has won 6-1 ATS in those games. Kyle Shanahan, 38% cover rate as a favorite. I always love to bet against Shanahan in that spot. And then, I love my Kingsbury stats. Kingsbury as an underdog against a coach that does not want a Super Bowl, like Kyle Shanahan, 1-1 ATS, 93% cover rate by over 10 points a game. Kingsbury as an underdog against Shanahan, 3-0-1. And as an underdog away from home, 16-4-2 lifetime. And the Cardinals have won 9 of the last 10 outright in that spot. So I don't know if they're going to get the win here. I do think the Niners were giving them a little too much credit. I feel like this is a bit of a theoretical team. We like what they can be. We like what the defense should be, but hasn't really been. They're 26th in DVOA the last 5 games. Lots of injuries on that side. We like what McCaffrey potentially adds, but we haven't really seen all that come together. Cardinals have won 11 of 14 against the Niners, even as the Niners have been the better team for most of that stretch. So San Francisco has only covered 1 of the last 9. All of those under Kyle Shanahan, of course. I know it feels bad. I know the Niners seem like way the better team here. I just think 8.5 is too many points, and I'm going to grab it. I think if we get Kyler and Hopkins and Brown, all those guys out there, I think this line probably drops to 7 or possibly even below. I want the points. I want a 2-score chance here. So I'll take the 8.5 in Arizona.
Yeah, we shall see who inactive reports by Monday morning, I imagine. But I can imagine DeAndre Hopkins is going to play just because he did practice on Friday at least. He did practice on Friday at least. And, in his time coming back, he's got 36 targets and 2 touchdowns. So he'll be somebody that I'll be looking at to score. He's around the plus 150 mark right now. And then on the other side, I'd be looking at George Kittle somewhere in probably the plus 200 range, mainly just because the Cardinals have been dog shit versus tight ends this season. They're last in touchdowns, receptions, and yards to the position. George Kittle is probably going to get a couple more looks this week just because there was a couple of rumblings in the media that he wasn't involved as last week. So I'd imagine he's going to get a couple looks in the red zone.